Hold on, mute. Your audio is unmuted. Your video is unmuted. The meeting posted.
Thank you, Jaws. Hey guys, Angela here with Real Life Access. Um, the screen reader speaks when it will. So I wanted to react to something I saw on social media, which falls under the category of head shaking, but I think I think it needs to be addressed. Um, because there's a lot, I think, to it, a lot more to it rather than first meets the eye. So I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna post the actual text as a comment in whatever social media, as a description on my YouTube channel, whatever, wherever I can post it to make the algorithm happy. So this post was posted by someone who goes by the name ADA Nerd. So this is obviously an advocate for people with disabilities. This person is a college professor, a public speaker, very accomplished individual who happens to use a wheelchair. And this person, I'm going to recreate the story here. This person was in a store looking for something they wanted, and they were approached by this guy. We don't know anything about him, but this guy who I'm going to call the eager beaver. I considered goober, but for reasons that I'll get into later, I'm going to be nice. So, eager beaver approaches our college professor and says, I've always wanted to meet one of you. You're one of those people. I always wanted to meet one of you people. And our college professor is thinking, what of one of what people? College professors, what? Our eager beaver continues. You're one of those wheelchair people. And the college professor looks at our eager beaver and says, yes, I have a disability. Have a nice day. Our eager beaver isn't done. I've always watched that show about you guys. They need to make another show of it. Just this on and on, and our college professor moves the display right because he's blocked in. Our college professor is blocked in by the eager beaver because there's not enough room to escape um, with the wheelchair. So our college professor moves the display rack out of the way and escapes. So let's break this down. This is something, this is the type of experience that often leaves people with disabilities feeling dehumanized. But let me put it in perspective. Most people, most people don't act like this, right? This is insane. This is on one end or other of the bell curve of predictable human responses to things. Um, so let me ask you guys. When we have experiences like this, and we're all going to have one or two, they walk among us. They are not the general run of experiences that we have, but we're all going to have experiences that make us shake our heads. Do we really want to allow those experiences to make us feel inferior? Because I gotta say that's my initial response. My initial response when I saw that was, yeah, what a jerk. You know, what are you doing? You go up there and you're like, oh, what are you? I haven't seen you. I've always wanted to meet one of you people. You know. But then I thought about it for a minute, and I thought, you know, this eager beaver really is kind of ridiculous. And I got this picture in my head of a little barking chihuahua, you know, and this you know, college professor just like, oh, for heaven's sake, you know, make it stop. But then I talked about it with one of with a good friend of mine, and this is where my insensitivity perhaps was challenged. And I talked about it, and I was kind of making fun of the eager beaver, like, what do you, you know, you're just a silly, us, you're just silly. And my friend said, wait a minute. What if this person has a cognitive disability or some disability that affects his social development? Huh. Guess I can't make fun of him too much anymore, can I?
Accessibility Dream Team meeting in 5 minutes.
Thank you. So when we have one of those experiences, and we're all going to if we leave our houses, let's look beyond the lens of our own annoyance. Let's set aside our own insecurity, because it is insecurity. Let's face it, it is insecurity on all our parts that causes us to allow these incidents to make us feel dehumanized. Who was it that said nobody can make you feel inferior without your consent? I think it was Eleanor Roosevelt. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong about that. But anyway, let's set aside our insecurities. Let's set aside our annoyance. And
Accessibility.
let's consider that maybe there's more to the story. All right, that's it, folks. Hope y'all had a good Thanksgiving. See you later.
Alt F4, end meeting for all button.